There's medications, there's high-tech apps. Millions of Americans are searching for anything for a good night's rest.
Research, however, published in the journal Sleep Health warns that sleep deprivation is far more than an inconvenience. It can impact your body and your mind. Psychologist Dr. Jeffrey Gardere joins us with more on that. Dr. Jeff, great to have you on. I could talk about this for hours. How does struggling to sleep impact your mental health?
Well, first of all, good morning to you, Dave, and to my old friend Kieran.
Hi,
Kieran, so
Dr.
great to
Jeff.
see you.
It is
Boy, we've been doing
wonderful to
this.
see you.
Yeah, we've been
Yes.
doing this a long time. So great to see you both. But when we're looking at the struggle to sleep, what the impact is, well, one of the things we know, Dave, is that the brain's ability to regulate emotions is impaired. And so, therefore, it makes people more irritable, more reactive, more prone to mood swings. We know it raises levels of cortisol, which puts you at risk for medical issues, right? Hypertension, weakened immune system, and so on, but also anxiety and depression. And as we learned from the doctor who was on before, sleep is essential for concentration, essential for memory, essential for decision making. So without it, all of those three areas are impacted.
You know, the mental health component, a lot of people have a hard time shutting off their brains at night. I know when I'm trying to fall asleep, it just feels like everything I was supposed to do is circling in my head, everything that, I'm dreading doing the next
Cold
day.
nap and lavender on your pillow.
All right.
Pro tip. Two things.
But it's hard to shut your brain off.
It really is. Look, the two of you last night, I'm a bit of a, what would you call it? I can read minds a little bit. I'm reading your minds from last night, and you guys were thinking about the news stories for Connecting America. It's so hard to get rid of the things that we're processing at night, and that's why it's important, Karen, before we hit the pillow, maybe read a book. Do something that is much more neutral. Stay away from the phones, as we can see right here, because that light really does impair what we call melatonin, which is a hormone that helps you sleep at night. So those are the things that you can do. That sleep hygiene of preparing yourself and keeping that stress down will give you a better night's rest.
I was actually wrestling with whether or not to watch the Seahawks Cardinals because it impacted my fantasy football week, but that's just for everyone else.
Yeah, that's calming.
Dave, I watched that stuff to put me asleep, but go ahead.
My curiosity is there's a lot of things. Is it about getting 8 hours? Is it about how much you sleep? Is it about how you sleep? Is it about regularity? Like if there's one thing that you'd advise to our viewers, what is it? Because there's so many complex elements to sleep.
Sure, absolutely. Well, most sleep experts will tell you 7 hours, 7 to 8 hours is optimal, but some people get 6 hours of sleep. When you become a senior citizen like myself, you're lucky if you can get 5 to 6 hours sleep. We just change in that way. So the bottom line is it's the quality of sleep. The quality of uninterrupted sleep, if you will. And if you have to get up in the middle of the night and so on, it's really important not to walk around the house or turn on the TV, but to get back into bed and be aware of the sleep hygiene of having your curtains drawn, having a cooler room, and being able to rest once again.
All right. Well, the other question is, can you break it up? Let's say, can you get the 6 hours and then maybe a nap in the afternoon, or is that just not considered as helpful as a straight through the night sleep?
I think a straight through the night sleep, Kieran, is better. That's just my opinion. But naps are so important. I know that many times my ego would not allow me to take a nap, and I found out that yes, if you take a 30-minute nap, an hour nap, not on the bed, but on the couch or a chair, that can make up some of the sleep that you lose. But most importantly, it gives you a respite in the middle of the day so that you can have more energy to make it through.
I'm a big fan of Huberman Labs. Dr. Andrew Huberman says the most important thing is regularity. Go to bed and get up at the same time every day, which is tough for people that have to get up at 4 for work. How much are devices impacting our sleep and therefore our mental health?
Yeah, so we know things such as doom scrolling late at night that interrupts the sleep cycle. The light, sometimes the blue light that's emitted from these devices can suppress melatonin, as I said before. Melatonin is very important. It is a hormone that says, hey, you're tired, you need to rest. So when that's interrupted, well, then that begins to give us more of the sleep issues that we're talking about. So, folks, please put these things away before you go to bed, at least an hour or two. Don't turn on the TV. Make sure you draw your curtains because, as you said, Dave, it is about the consistency of the sleep. It is about the sleep hygiene. Those are the things that are most important. Bottom line here, and I think this is so important for people to know, sleep is not just about physical rest. Really, it's about the mental fuel. And without enough of it, emotional balance, resilience, and mental health will suffer.
One quick question about the melatonin. You mentioned how it's essential. What about taking a melatonin supplement? Because I've heard mixed things about that.
Well, some people do take it and they find that it is helpful. But I think in the long run, what you want to do is look at more of a behavioral approach. And a lot of that is the sleep hygiene that we've talked about. Make sure the room is cool, make sure the curtains are drawn, make sure that you have proper sheets. In Dave's household, where he snores just a little bit, sleeping in separate bedrooms is not such a bad idea because you do want your partner to get more quality of sleep. Though, Dave, I know you're not crazy about that.
Nope, I'm a
However,
snuggler.
it can be essential.
I'm a snuggler. I don't like it at
A
all,
snoring
Dr. Jeff.
snuggler,
I
your
don't like
poor
it at all.
wife.
Thank
Dr.
you, Doc.
Jeff, great to see you as usual.
One thing that is
Great.
not good for sleep, I did everything right last night. My cat sat on my face at 3 a.m. because that's when he wants attention.
Oh my
And I gave it to him.
gosh.
Cats are selfish. Do you agree with that?
Yes.